I want to let out content where, yeah, you can be on your hot girl walk, you can be driving to work, and it's content that you can listen to. And it's a mixed combination of like, we make jokes and we talk about funny shit, so you're laughing along with us, and then also potentially some takeaways and life advice as well. And that's what I think the beautiful thing is about the podcast is we can have both of those and people can enjoy it without staring at their phone for, 2 hours.
Yeah, which is
it's hard.
Yeah, and that's primarily why I wanted to do a podcast.
Howdy, gang.
Howdy, cowgirls and cowboys.
I was just about to say that. That's so fucking weird. I was like, why are you saying that? I'm literally thinking that. Stop saying my thoughts.
I've gotten into your head.
Yeehaw. Giddy up, listeners. We're going to talk like this the whole time.
I hope you like it.
I keep leaning in because I'm not used to this.
The mic being so far. So loud. As soon as you get
off
close.
the charts. It's like, oh my
You're
god.
still off the charts,
Okay.
girlfriend.
Okay, it's like, I know, in Monsters, Inc., the Scream Factory.
Oh my God,
When he goes
yes.
in, it's like,
Yes, that's you.
That's
with
me. That's my
mic.
audio bar.
Yeah, that's your audio bar. It's yellow the whole time, all
You know
the
what?
time.
I'm fueling a whole city with my voice, so you're welcome.
You would.
Honestly, I feel like, okay, so my birthday's coming up. I feel like I'm like wrapping up my 28th year by just doing so many fucking appointments. Like, I went to the optometrist for the first time in 3 years. Sad news, I got bifocals. So I'm essentially a senior citizen at this point. That's crazy. My optometrist said, we're gonna put, first, sweetest lady ever. She's so sweet. She goes, so we're gonna give you a power boost. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And she goes, so it's just gonna be a little thing on the bottom of your lenses, and it's just gonna help for when you're, using the computer, reading your books. And I'm like, so bifocals. And she was like, no. And I'm like, no. She's like, this is the step before. And I'm like, feels a lot like bifocals.
Like, what would you call it other than a power boost?
A power
ma'am?
boost. Which I'm like, adorable. So now I have glasses with a power boost. I also had to get like an additional procedure where she had to put drops in my eyes to dilate my pupils. Yes. And I literally had to warn her. I'm like, are you putting the drops in? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like a fractious cat when it comes to eye drops. I'm like, if I ever need them, Ty has to pin me down and drop and like literally like grip my eye open and drop them in my, and I'm like, and so I'm like, I'm sorry in advance. Took her 3 tries per eye. 3 tries. And literally every time I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
The first year I dated Andrew, he had to get eye drops put in, not because of that. Like, he got a piece of metal in his eye, like just like a metal, whatever, from work. And I had to put the drops in because he doesn't like putting drops in his eyes. So I would have to pin him down.
It's
and
a thing.
like,
yeah, and you're literally like,
yeah. And like, I treated him like a fractious cat. I like
Yeah.
pinned his arms down and I did this to his side. I'm like,
but it's so funny because I'm literally like being spicy, but then also being like, I'm really sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Like,
I'm so sorry.
Also, speaking of hot metal, Ty got a piece of. That could mean so many things. It still just means hot metal. Ty was at work this week and he had a piece of hot metal fly at his face and it landed on his lip.
Fuck, yeah.
And then he's like, my first response was literally just to lick it off. So he literally has it on his lip and then he goes, oh. And then he's like, oh my God, it's hot metal. Now it's on my tongue. So now he has a burn on his like lower lip and on his tongue from the hot metal. He's like, this is what my brain did. That wasn't great. But yeah, so I got glasses, got prescription sunglasses for the first time, feel like a baller. It's a great time. So I'm
Yeah.
very stressed about it. I'm very cautious. And then I went to the dentist. That was fine. No surprises there. No cavities because
Great.
I take care of my teeth. And then what else? Oh, and then I had a call with the doctor and I did blood work because my B12 and my iron are low. So I feel like I've like just done all these things in the
Feel like
past
you're
week and just
30.
yeah,
And
this
you're
is
not.
crazy. I know.
I thought
I
about-
feel like it, but we're chilling. It's fine. And then what else has happened with my life? I feel like a lot has happened since we've had like a full on like recap update. I went and saw Obsession in theaters. Have you seen Obsession yet?
No. Which one's that?
There's like a video clip going around about it, and it's when she's out for dinner and she's like, no, 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 no. And she's like yelling at the restaurant. You haven't seen that? Fuck, our algorithms are so different. So different.
They're different. Yeah.
But it's good. It's a horror movie and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. But basically, there's this friend group and the guy has like a crush on the girl and has for like ever.
Oh, is that the one that
and then he makes a wish to make her love him?
I have heard about this.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. There's just some scenes that they get you. The fact that you like learn the plot so early on and
Yeah.
it really doesn't like evolve too much. It doesn't feel like I feel like it's not going anywhere. Just because
Yeah.
it's really enjoyable. So 10 out of 10, recommend that. It's a good time. And seeing
Okay.
it in theater was wild. But yeah, it's out of theaters now. So
Okay, because yeah, I think I saw that while I was scrolling for something to watch this weekend. What day is it?
Summer's wild. I can't keep up. I just feel like
No.
it's just like I feel like I had so
Oh,
much
I'm starting-
time
I'm
before all
starting
the
to
things are
stress.
happening, and
starting
now I'm
to
like, oh my god, all the things are happening. Like Bachelorette is 2 weeks away. Like cottages are coming up, and I'm like, I feel like I had so much time to do stuff, and now it's just like all
I have no
here.
more time. I have no more time.
Yeah, it's also so fucking hot.
Yeah.
So hot. I can't wear pants. I can't. I'm too hot for pants. Like, I just need something flowy and open so I don't like overheat and perish.
Yeah. And
It's crazy. Because you don't tolerate heat well. You're worse than me, right?
I do not tolerate anything.
Oh my god. Even we were paddleboarding.
about to bring this up.
Do you want to say it? Because I've been talking so much.
I love it.
We were paddleboarding on Wednesday. We just went to Laurel Creek, which is like a little lakey. Is it a lake? Is it a creek? It's small. It's definitely not a lake. What is a step down from a lake?
It's a reservoir.
The fuck does that mean? I've never been
It's
like,
a
wow, I can't
reservoir
wait.
formed by a dam.
Oh yeah, I guess the dam was over to the right.
Though it is used and referred to as a lake for recreational purposes.
Also, just
A
good
lake is a naturally occurring body of water that fills a depression in the land, whereas a reservoir is an artificial or man-made body of water created by constructing a dam across a river.
Okay. Well, that's what we paddled on.
That's what we did.
That's what we did. So we went to the reservoir.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of overcasty, so we were catching like a lot of like indirect sunlight.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Cause then the sun came out, and when the sun came out and the wind stopped, I literally thought you were gonna die. You got silent. And you're like, I need to get in the water. I need to and you're like, where is it with the least amount of seaweed? I need to get in the water. And I'm like, she's gonna die if she doesn't go in the water soon. And I'm like, just fucking go in.
I like the seaweed. I don't like it.
Which, like, valid.
There was so much.
was a lot of
And I don't
seaweed.
even think that was seaweed. Like, what the fuck was that called? Because
think it's
seaweed is
seaweed.
like a snake planty.
Seagrass?
Maybe it was
It gives
seagrass.
more seagrass vibes.
does.
It's like long
Sea
and
bush.
like skinny. So she jumped into the sea bush.
So, yeah, I forgot to warn Paige about this, and I think you knew I wasn't good in heat.
I
Anyway,
already knew you
'cause
weren't like a
well.
sun
I
girly.
make it well known, but the attitude I have with being too hot and being too hungry is the same attitude.
Yep.
Yep. So like
Confirmed.
my brain stops working, and I just immediately, I can't make decisions. Like,
You were short circuiting.
I was. Paige is like, I want some pictures of like me on the paddleboard and me this. And I'm like, I can't.
I immediately was like, okay, you need to get in the water.
You're like, holy shit. I couldn't, I'm like, I can't
and I remember
do anything else.
you were like, I need to get in the water. And I was like, okay, do you want a picture of you on the paddleboard before you were wet? And you're like, I don't know. I'm like, just, okay, it's fine. Like, just get in the water. she's like, do you want photos? I'm like, nope.
I was terrified. The thing was, you were asking for pictures, and I'm like, I'm scared. I'm going to take your brand new, beautiful phone and short circuit and drop it in the lake.
Into the sea bush.
Into the sea bush.
It's gone now. There's no getting it from the sea bush, so.
Oh, fuck no.
That's an abyss. Like, fully an abyss.
I've never seen sea bush that long.
No. Girl needs an esthetician stat. Laurel Creek, trim your sea bush.
Make it seagrass again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't even said hello yet.
I know.
So we can
I'm just
reverse.
like, you
I'll
know
put
what?
that
We're
all
rolling,
in.
so I'm just going to keep going.
Right.
Damn, Daniel, I'm on a meme streak today.
Yeah, and I'm looking at you blankly.
I know,
have no
every
fucking clue what
fucking
you're
time.
saying.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white Vans. You don't know that? Girl, we're what? We should have the same meme recognition. Were you a Vine kid?
I was.
I loved Vine.
Vine, oh man, Vine, come back.
Top tier.
We need an app that's that creative that limits us. That was the beauty of Vine. It was
6 seconds.
2-7, I think.
Oh,
Wasn't
maybe.
it? I don't know. 6 or 6-7.
Don't do that. We're not doing that. How dare you? The way
I
you
thought
lit
I
up
did
when you said it too, and I'm like,
I thought I did so good.
I'm with it. I'm with the time.
I'm so cool.
What does it even mean? Nobody knows.
Anyway, I did it right, I think.
Good job.
Can't wait to post that on TikTok and have that
Kids.
flop. Okay, ready? Welcome back to Growing Into It.
A podcast unpacking the parts of adulthood that often go unsaid.
Should we say our names?
When?
No. Just then. Or,
It's your girl Paige. She's here.
it's Piage.
It's Stemmy.
It's Demi and Banger. Back at it again.
Back at it again. Welcome back. A sweet hello from your host. The lore, the unknown lore of the Fanger and
Oh,
Stemmy.
fuck. Yeah, I forgot that wasn't
That
even
was
in anything.
so funny. I know.
That's funny. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I think we have what we need.
Strap in for another episode, boys.
Brother.
What's up, brother? Only uses male pronouns.
Yeah,
When this
seriously.
podcast is very much geared towards women. Although we do have some male listeners, and I appreciate you guys.
Not my husband, but
Thank you so much.
we know who they're for. We should start a subscription on Instagram of just clips of you.
Me like sitting down, anything with a recoil.
Bring back the boomerangs.
Oh my god, did you ever see the content of that one girl on Instagram?
Probably not. I think we've gotten through this.
Different algorithms.
Anyway, what did this
Which
girl
makes sense,
do?
'cause I think she's really hot. She's like this brunette with big boobs, and then the audio was like the beat that boy with a bat, smack. Do you remember? Oh my god, that's crazy. So she would like do a whole transition, and then she would like bat, and then it's like she was like hitting like a bat, and then because her titties were so massive, they would just have this like recoil, and she got a lot of views from me. I'm like, what again?
I love
Why is this video 4 hours
I
long?
love that your type is you.
Alrighty, so today's episode is about something that feels increasingly difficult in today's world, which is delayed gratification.
I know it's a thing.
I hate it.
I suck at it.
So
An example of how much I suck at this is the podcast, because I text Paige at 11 o'clock at night saying, should we do a vlog? Should the podcast be just about friendships?
Should we just do content creation?
Should
No
we
podcast?
just, yeah.
Should we do it just about friendships?
Should we switch our names?
Should we switch bodies?
Should the colors be different?
Should we burn it all down? But fine.
It's mostly just, yeah, because I'm so impatient that we saw a steady increase in numbers for a little bit.
Now we're stagnant.
And then now we're stagnant, and you try to figure out what's going on, and you try not to be like, wow, we fucking suck. But that's very hard to do. Algorithms have just changed so much, and they're constantly changing. So we're constantly trying to learn the algorithms, and then we're trying to make this type of content accessible. And we're like, what's the most accessible? And when I brought up the vlog idea, Paige was like, I like this podcast idea though, because it's something that I can, like, someone can listen to when they're not in front of a phone.
Yeah, it's the goal of, I don't want to just be letting out content that causes people to doom scroll. I want to let out content where, yeah, you can be on your hot girl walk, you can be driving to work, and it's content that you can listen to, and it's a mixed combination of, like, we make jokes and we talk about funny shit, so you're laughing along with us, and then also potentially some takeaways and life advice as well. And that's what I think the beautiful thing is about the podcast, is we can have both of those, and people can enjoy it without staring at their phone for 2 hours.
Yeah, which is,
it's hard.
Yeah, and that's primarily why I wanted to do a podcast. Yeah,
Right. So I think it's hard. You don't want to fully commit to, like, the doom scroll. You want to be able to have a different mode. Yeah, it's a very, very good example of delayed gratification for sure, because we're very much building this from the ground up, and we have to know that it's not gonna skyrocket like crazy just because we posted it. And that is very much a parallel to a lot of other aspects of life, whether it's your career, relationship, your physical health, all of that. It's the exact same. It's not going to be perfect out of nowhere without putting any work into it and being patient with that work, knowing that consistency is going to be paying off rather than just wanting it. Nothing happens just because there's so much accessibility to things that it almost feels like we're nearing a society where delayed gratification almost ceases to exist. But it's also still important to acknowledge the fact that majority of meaningful things require a long period of effort before we ever see the rewards. So a lot of that delayed gratification that you can get doesn't really have as much meaning and value as those things that actually take the time and consistency to grow and develop the way that you want them to.
So yeah, we're going to talk about delayed gratification, why it feels especially challenging in your late 20s and 30s, and how to keep trusting yourself when the rewards haven't shown up yet.
Let's grow into it.
So the other thing with having so much accessibility that you were mentioning is that it's the disappointment when something isn't instant.
Because we're so used to it.
Yeah. And I think, and again, that's what I was noticing with the podcast too, is like, I'm just disappointed because it's not hitting or consistently growing as much as I thought it was going to, or how it did at first, but it does make sense. So it's, again, relearning patience.
And understanding that there's going to be a plateau with almost everything, unfortunately. You're always going to hit a lull or a slow season. Like, I don't think we're decreasing by any means. I don't think we've lost any followers yet. I mean, our listens kind of ebb and flow, I think, with the type of episode that we're releasing. I think if it's not for everyone, yeah, they're not going to listen to the episode. So I think it just depends on that episode theme. But we're plateauing, and that's normal. That's going to happen. And you just need to accept that and go through it and keep working towards growth and not giving up.
Exactly. So along with many people, what comes to mind when you bring up delayed gratification is the marshmallow experiment.
Never heard of it.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was gonna ask if you have.
No, a lot of people, not me.
It's like the comparison.
Is it Thief of Joy?
Is it Thief-
Oh, we're both like, who says that?
What the fuck?
Theodore Roosevelt.
That was a thing. So the marshmallow experiment is this experiment that happened. It was conducted, when was this? So it was conducted in the late 1960s and early 1970s by psychologist
Multiple times?
Walter Michel.
Walter Michel.
I might be not saying that correct properly. It's continuing to be done. It's a really big experiment.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was conducted on children testing delayed gratification. And so the children were put in a room, just one child at a time. So it was a child and then the tester. And the tester offered one marshmallow to the child. And the child was told if they wait 15 minutes without eating the marshmallow, they would get a second marshmallow. So then they had two marshmallows to eat. Simple. And then during the 15 minutes, the researcher would step out of the room and the child would be alone with marshmallow. Mm-hmm. So about 30% of the children waited the 15 minutes. And so this is the bare bones of the experiment. That's just really quick spark notes of that. Mm-hmm. But there's been several studies done after.
Yeah, kind of same concept.
Mm-hmm. And then the results kind of like lately have been more so different ethnicities, different class of citizen, just seeing how, and then also relationship of the person telling them that they were going to get a different marshmallow. Oh. They had initially followed these children through years to see if the children that waited the 15 minutes were more successful than the children that didn't.
Ooh, were they?
I believe so. But then the results of the research more present disproved the initial
I think it's
research.
A really hard study. I think simple studies like that are really hard to prove because there are so many different external factors between ethnicity and class and everything else that you said. There's too much age range, like what is the actual age of these kids? Mm-hmm. So it's
I think the age, like it was young. Mm-hmm. I think
which I feel like
they were 4 to 6.
I was just gonna say if I was 4 years old, I probably would not have waited to eat for a second marshmallow. But I don't know. I mean, I can't.
And that's why they did it on those, like on younger kids. Because it was such a simple experiment where like, because when you're older, you understand patience.
Yeah.
Like these kids are just being
it develops
taught it.
over time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think it also depends on your upbringing and how you're raised, right?
And that is the thing. And it was also like if they had trust in the, anyway, that's why it's been repeated so many times because there's so many other factors. But yeah, anyway, that's the first thing that comes to mind for me when delayed gratification is brought up. But anyway, you can easily take those bare bones into now.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. So I consider myself a patient person, but there's definitely aspects of my life, especially when it comes to career and hobbies. Delayed gratification is just lost on me.
Yep.
So we did an audience question. Do you consider yourself a patient person? Very patient, 15% of people said. Somewhat patient, 12%. Depends on the situation, 48%. And that feels about right. And then not at all, 24%, which is actually quite high compared to the other two, very patient and somewhat patient.
I would fall into the depends on the situation category for sure. I think it very much is situational for me. These stats don't overly surprise me.
I'm definitely depends on the situation. So then we went deeper with you guys. Where do you struggle with most with delayed gratification? We asked money, fitness, career, relationships, personal growth, learning new skills, all the above.
Most people said fitness, and then next was all of the above. And then we got votes for career, relationships, and personal growth. So I thought that it was interesting that no one said money or learning new skills.
So I think the people that would have just put all the above.
True.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I struggle probably the most with waiting for results is money.
For me, it's definitely fitness.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to like work out for 2-3 weeks in a row and be like, I don't see much of a difference. I find it hard to stay consistent. I think it also just gets hard because when you work full time and have other hobbies and interests, it gets really hard to just like allot that same percentage week after week. But that's also just me struggling with the delayed gratification of it. I'll be great for 2 weeks and then I'll be like, oh, I don't see a difference. Oh, I don't feel great. I'm just going to skip it today. And then it's a
Right.
slippery slope
Right.
where I'm then like at that bottom again where I have to restart again. And I feel like all of that work that potentially would have shown growth is now gone because I haven't done it for 2-3 weeks.
Right.
And it's just like this cycle that just like goes again and again and again. And it just makes me want to bash my head on a wall because that's been my entire 20s.
Yeah.
Is that cycle just constantly repeating itself.
Right.
So I feel like my top answer is really like fitness, learning new skills, and then probably personal growth. It's really everything that directly affects me. I feel like I'm more motivated to push on growing things that I'm involved with. So like my job, I'm like, well, I'm working with and for other people, so I want to put more of my time and effort in it to grow it and to look like I'm helping and growing, you know? And like relationship, that's me and my partner, so I want to show up for them, do better for them. But anything that's like for me, I'm like,
That's
back burner.
I kind of feel opposite, but also at least when it comes to career, I'm just like, this is yours. Why am I putting this effort into this?
Right.
It's not mine.
But I think both sides, both mine and your sides, make sense. And they both still at least lead to us being motivated about something, but it still leaves us both putting something on the back burner. And that's the tough part, is you want to find a way to balance it all so that you're getting that gratification from every aspect of your life that you're wanting from.
Another thought is I need to, like, I'm trying to retrain my brain to be satisfied with the journey portion. Like, oh, I couldn't do this last week, or, oh, we set up so much faster for this podcast, or our script is a little bit better, or our audio is getting, like, I just need to start enjoying the process more
Small
than
wins.
yeah, small wins. You need to.
Do you ever journal at all?
No.
Me either. I can't. But it's so frustrating because I see and hear about people that do journal and then they have this whole log of growth, which I think is really cool. So you can look back on like what you journaled a month ago and you can see the growth and the progress from that. And I think that's really interesting and I've always wanted to, but I've just never gotten to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I also
you
recently
see.
saw this app that was like a gratitude journal, and then you can invite your friends and then you can like post photos and like you have like your gratitude of the day and you list like
I've seen
3
that
wins.
too. That's
And I
coming
think
across my
something like
desk as
that
well.
is really cool, and I think that's something I would more so be interested in doing. For me, I don't enjoy just sitting and writing by hand. It's not calming to me. My hand hurts after 5 minutes. Like I don't want to do it. So I feel like something like an app would be better.
My problem though is like I want less screen time.
Good point.
I'm already on my phone so much, but it is like I do appreciate that app. Like I really like that premise.
And I think it's cute that you can like share with your
With
friends.
friends.
You get to see all of their photos and their little wins and everything. So I think that's really cute, but totally valid. It's just another thing that's increasing our screen time, which is part of the problem. Do you think our generation struggles with uncertainty more than previous generations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do. I think the world is burning. And that's, I think, the really hard thing too, is to really invest your time and your energy into something that may take several years. It's really scary to be like, we don't always know what the world's going to look like a few years from now.
That's so hard because I can't say much about our grandparents' generation because they did go through a war.
Yeah, their uncertainty was being drafted to a war.
Yes. So, and then our parents' generation had the post of that. Some of our parents' generation was first generation Canadian, like my dad's first generation. But my mom is second or third generation Canadian. And they had it, I'm not going to say they had it easier because they
No.
didn't. But our generation, there's just been so much change in such a little amount of time. And
So
we
much
had a
evolution.
pandemic and that really rocked the economy. So I'm not saying we're in war or anything, but the expectations that we had set when we were growing up and when we made the decisions of what our career was going to look like, what area we were going to live in, a lot has changed since then.
Yep.
We were raised on buy a house, get a job, stay in the job, buy a house, have kids. And so much of that changed because the economy changed so much with the pandemic.
Yep. We're not able to afford the same lifestyle that our parents could afford. Raising 4 children is a very, very challenging thing in today's economy.
Raising one child.
Yeah.
Raising yourselves. So it's hard for us to say if right now, I guess, if delayed gratification is still difficult in your like 40s, but in your 20s, 30s, you haven't seen the
You don't
results.
have the payoff yet.
Not
You're
yet.
still very much building.
Maybe
and
a bit, like even like I'm a little bit more comfortable in my career, so I have a little bit more cash cushion than I used to, and I'm starting to see that and actually appreciate it because I'm like, I am not horrified every time I look at my paycheck now, and I'm not like, where is this going to go? Sometimes like you have more expensive weeks than others,
Of course.
or some more expensive months, but I'm looking at my paycheck now. I'm like, this is actually, I'm starting to get that cushion,
Right.
that I can allot to my savings.
I think it depends on what you allotted your early 20s to, right? Like, did you go to med school or did you start a family early or did you get married? It very much depends on that. So everyone's journey is so different right now. And everyone, I think, is experiencing different categories of delayed gratification, right? Because you started your career a little bit earlier. Yes, now you're getting that gratification of being more
started it
comfortable
later.
with your money.
I started my career later.
Well, like, not really. Like, how old were you when you started working?
23?
That's not,
No,
that's different
8
than,
years.
like,
How old am I? How old am I? 32?
yeah.
And I graduated 2018. How old was I? What?
That was a puzzle. That was like a math question where it's like, this train is coming at 24 kilometers an hour.
Oh my God.
Will arrive at 2 p.m. And this one's going 4 miles an hour. So, what?
Oh my God. Okay. I don't know where 8 years came from.
But it's different than someone who like went to law school or med school
yes,
who
yes, yes.
isn't like starting their career and actually making like adult money until
Right.
they're like almost 30, right? So that's a different comparison of you've been settled in your job for a couple
Yes,
of years
yes,
now,
yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes, yes,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still started a little bit later than other people, but I mean, most people that go for like a 2-3 year program are, done by 22, 23, and then they start working. So I think different people are experiencing different types of delayed gratification, or people who have like dedicated, their late 20s to getting really fit are now seeing those results of that body that they've wanted and been working for a long time. Whereas maybe now other people who were in school for majority of their 20s or were, giving birth and raising a few small children, maybe now are just starting their fitness journey because they want to get their body back, right? So everyone's in a different stage.
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard, again, because you see these people that are younger that have not the body, I guess, because it's hard because also metabolism comes into play.
Yeah, but that's one of the things that I learned very quickly is I do not have the metabolism that I had when I was 21. And that was a rude awakening for me. So it is kind of different for everyone. And I think it was decided by what your priorities were when you were in your early 20s, or if you had no priorities and you were just chilling, living your best life. We did ask our audience what's something you're currently working towards that hasn't paid off yet. And there were a few options you could select, but then we also got some kind of explanations and answers too, which I liked. I love this one. Buying a home was one of the options, and we did get one vote for that. And someone said, saving up for a down payment seems impossible unless I win the lottery. Vibes. A down payment is hard for people because I think a lot of people recognize, okay, I'll be able to pay a monthly mortgage payment with the amount of money me and maybe my partner are both making. But if you don't have the money for a down payment, you can't move forward, and that's really challenging.
And it's a lot of money. A lot of money.
Just goodbye.
Yeah.
Emptied out of the bank account. Just devastating.
Also, you're just like, I have so much in my savings, and poof,
gone. I know, it feels like it's so much.
And it is an
make,
investment.
like, an actual adult purchase, and you're like, oh fuck, it's all gone. What do you mean it's all gone?
Yeah.
This has been like 4 years of saving. Like,
more.
yeah,
way more.
So, so that's definitely.
And it's also like, I've had no fun for years.
A few people said paying off debt was very much something they're working towards that hasn't paid off yet. Paying off like student debt, car debt, all of that is like a very good example of delayed gratification, because when you have like $20,000 of car debt, let's say, and your payments are just going out monthly, you feel like you're literally like chipping away at an ice block with a plastic spoon.
Yes.
Like, it feels like nothing for so long.
So long.
And that is very challenging because this money is leaving and you can't spend it.
Yes.
And you're, you know, living pretty much paycheck to paycheck in a lot of situations. But.
Or you're just looking at the amount of money you're spending on loans, and you're just like, think of if I didn't have these loans, like I would have an extra X amount.
Interest associated with them too is so fucking frustrating.
Yeah. Somebody said building confidence. And I think that's such a good point. That is not instant, especially for some people. That's a muscle that you need to build.
100%.
And you don't visually see the difference. That is something you just feel. And how do you even build that?
Yeah. And I think it's just through putting yourself in different situations where, yeah, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to decide what you want. Like, I even think about...
Or just going out.
Yeah. And I think every woman, especially women who grew up in our era, had confidence issues. You were told to be quiet and pretty and polite. Like, that was very much the vibe. So I think a lot of women didn't really know how to stand up for themselves and have that voice and like own who they are as a person. So it is very much about deciding, this is who I am. I'm happy with it. I'm going to own that shit. But yeah, you don't really just decide it and start doing it. It's putting yourself in situations where you have to stand up for yourself. You have to prove your self-worth. And then it keeps getting better.
Even just like confidence in yourself, like just go out or wear that thing you want to wear, or dress up when you could possibly, like if you're going to the store for groceries.
You can wear sweatpants,
but you could put on a dress and just feel a little bit better about yourself when you go out.
Home renos was a big one too. Oof. It's tough. I feel like when you're in the midst of home renos, which you just went through, it's like hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel sometimes. Especially if you're doing like multiple renovations all at once and your house is absolute chaos. You're just like, oh my God, this is never ending. This is the rest of my life.
There's so much anxiety because like we put all of the stuff upstairs, downstairs, and then I have clutter and anxiety. So when I see, like, I had anxiety going downstairs anytime I had to do laundry, I'm like, don't touch me.
Well, just things not being in their rightful place. I'm a monster to be around. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, I just can't think.
No.
But then, and it's not like gorgeous downstairs right now, but we have at least a corner left of things that we just need to get rid of. But then the rest, like I put my treadmill back down, I put my weights where they are. So it's just enough that my brain can relax. And now we have like a beautiful upstairs that I'm so happy with.
Saw it today. Love it. Crisp, clean, airy. Love it.
Okay, let's talk about how we stay motivated when results aren't obvious.
For trying to keep myself motivated is telling anyone that will listen what I'm doing, so that they will hold me accountable, because I know next time I see them, ask me. So for example, I was wanting to sign up for a contemporary dance class. I thought it would be fun. It was my favorite dance when I was like dancing in high
That's such
school.
a great idea.
Yeah, and like when we talked with Jenny, it kind of motivated me to do it. So I'm like, okay, I really want to do this. I'm going to find some local classes and sign up.
And I made a point that when we went to a family thing, I like told Ty's sister, like, yeah, I signed up for a dance class. So now I know I have to do it before I see her again because she's going to ask me how it is. So that's something that
Yeah.
I find motivates me is just telling people and then they kind of hold me accountable in a way. So
Have you gone?
content. No. But
When did you sign up?
like 2 weeks ago. So I've still got time. So yeah, I want to try and do that. And then I made an effort to tell a bunch of people so that they'll ask me about it and they'll be embarrassed if I didn't do it. So.
Great. We'll check in next recording. We think part of why people quit or like their patience just runs out is not obviously not being lazy. Like I'm not a lazy person, but like I will quit if I think it's going to just lead to nothing.
Yeah. If
that's the fear. It's the fear.
Lead nowhere.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. And I think it's easy to convince yourself of that too, even though the opposite tends to be proven. If you stay consistent with workouts, you're going to lose weight, you're going to build muscle in the way that you want to. But it's really easy to convince yourself, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere. I might as well just stop now and not waste my time.
Well, I think it goes back to what we say about like podcasting and any content creation is it's cringy until it's successful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the fear of being cringy, icky, embarrassing.
Famous line.
It's my favorite line ever. It's just so descriptive.
Yeah, it hits the nail on the head perfectly.
Wait, yeah, I think it's all just fear-based. And along with being impatient of results in our generation, I also think it's so much anxiety about how you look to other people or how you're being perceived.
And I think it gets really challenging when you feel like you don't have anything to show for the hard work that you've put in. Like, let's say that you have been knitting for a year and you can't seem to knit anything well. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's just embarrassing. It's like, well, I have nothing to show for this. And then you start to think, well, people are going to think I should be so much better at this because I've been doing it for a year. Dance class. Oh, you should be way better. You look awful. Like that video of you dancing is so embarrassing. That kind of gets associated with, well, I don't want to try because if I try really hard for a long time and I'm still not good at it, that's a really shitty feeling. And you're judging yourself and you feel like you're being judged by others too. And sometimes you might be.
And for sure. That's the other thing is we're all so judgy.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's just human nature.
That's the thing. And like, I can't even like plead innocent to that. I can be a very judgmental person sometimes. And I can admit I tend to be wrong sometimes with those judgments.
100%.
But it's really easy to do so. And it's very much a defense mechanism as well. Sometimes being judgmental puts you up, makes you feel better about yourself. Everyone has self-worth issues. That's the problem. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so hard too, because I think you think about the things you should have done as well. Like, that you stuck with something longer. Like, I even think about, I wish 3 years ago I stayed more consistent with working out and I would have been so much further by now. So I think that's also an internal defeat that tends to build up with a lot of people as well is, oh my God, I'm starting over for the 15th time. If I would have just been little bit more consistent, put in a little bit more effort 3 years ago, I could have been in such a better place by now. So that's something that gets really challenging internally as well.
Again, we talked about this last episode. It's the paralysis and the comparison to yourself in the past. I really, really try to continue to remind myself, just stopping and just taking a look at everything in front of you and being like, yeah, I could have stuck with this 3 years ago, but I can't control that anymore. What can I control? I can start now.
Yeah. It's what I do today that matters. Yeah. Doesn't matter what I didn't do 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything. Thinking about all of the regrets you have of your past couple of years is going to get you absolutely nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere. And like, I can't control how other people are going to perceive me if I put this out there or if I start something and fail. I can only control trying or not trying.
Exactly.
So just take what you can control at the time.
Every day is a choice. You choose if you want to do something. And guess what? If I work out one day and then I don't work out for another 3 weeks, at least I know I did work out that one day. I woke up and I chose to do it and chose to push forward. And then hopefully I just keep motivating myself more and working towards that more consistently. And like we've mentioned multiple times already on this episode, those biggest examples of delayed gratification are the ones that show up in everyday adulthood, right? Something like your relationship. You spend years learning the best way to communicate with your partner, what boundaries you both are comfortable. It does take time to learn yours and your partner's communication style and build confidence in talking to your partner about the things that you don't want to. That doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen easily for a lot of people. So that is something that you have to put a lot of effort to grow into and work with your partner.
Yeah. And like, relationships are so difficult because you don't just want to be like, well, I put so much effort into this and you're not seeing results. And then at what point are you like, this is not it?
Yeah.
But you do need to be patient with someone. Like, it's more of a comparison trap you get into of, well, you and your partner do X, Y, Z, and we don't. Well, I've been with my partner for several more years than you.
And I mean, some people do just naturally have stronger communication styles. Maybe you find someone that does communicate very similar to you, so it's easy from the get-go, but that doesn't happen with everyone. And I think one thing that I think is there's so much shame centered around couples therapy, but I don't think there should be. It's such a stigma. And I'm saying this from someone, I've never been to couples therapy personally, so I can't speak from experience, but I do know other friends who they've gone to couples therapy and they have taken so much away from it just off communication alone. How to talk to each other, how to ask for support in the right way that isn't going to start an argument or animosity. So couples therapy is very much a good option. And I almost think it would be good for everyone to go because there's always room for growth in your relationship. The thing is, I feel like people think they're naturally going to have everything happen really easily in a relationship. And I don't think that's the case. I think you do have to put a lot of work into your relationship. It doesn't, like, I think people just expect to have that perfect relationship. Oh, we communicate great. The sex is great. Oh, we have equal responsibilities in the home. Money is no issue. That's not the case. Yeah, you're going to have some relationship-based issues that are going to be really easy peasy, but some are going to be a challenge and you're going to have to learn how to work together. Maybe you're in a relationship where someone really prioritizes saving money and investing and the other has no savings and is a splurger. You need to figure out, how are we going to work through this? How are we going to progress in a way where we both feel equal and happy with the amount of savings and investing we're doing? Stuff like that. Do you have an area of life that has taught you the most patience?
This podcast. Honestly,
the way we both sound dead.
Honestly though, this podcast is, I really learned that this week. No, I like it. I like the podcast. No, I don't.
But I think it's really hard because I think you should always have the two sides. I think, I'm bringing it back to balance. I think you should have a degree of patience, but also a degree of impatience, because if you're just a very patient person who's like, things are going to come as they should, it'll all work out, that can be a good mentality to have until the point that it's not progressing you further. If you're like, oh, everything will work out, you're not going to push to start a business. You're not going to push to start a podcast. So you need to have a degree of impatience. If you want things to happen in your life, you have to want it. You want to have that hunger for it. And not everyone always has that. Balance.
Whew. Damn. Like, this is hilarious. This was my topic I wanted to bring up. And Paige is crushing me. I'm like, I don't know what delayed gratification is. And Paige is like, it's this. And I'm like, whew, okay.
Who knows?
It's
knows? So funny. I feel like we have hot days and cold days. There's some days I'm recording and I'm like, I have nothing to contribute. I'm so sorry. And it tends to be the topics where I think I'm going to have more to contribute.
This was that for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. We're both mom.
We're both mom, but never mom. We have too much wisdom for a child. Fucking light bulb moment. Don't want a child because that is the biggest investment and I don't have enough delayed gratification for a kid. I'm like, why don't you talk yet? Why don't you understand my social cues yet? Why don't you use the bathroom?
Have you just thought about trying? I just feel like you're not trying hard enough.
Fucking walk.
That's so embarrassing. You can't walk. Like, shut up. No, I feel that though.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess there is like a very large amount of delayed gratification, but
There is.
with parenting, but I also think there's a lot of short-term gratification when it comes to parenthood. Like, okay, your first step, yeah, getting them to walk. And then they're walking, and yeah, that's only, I don't know, a couple of months. I say this with no education about how quickly children develop. But it's a bunch of like small wins, right? You kind of do one step at a time. You get them from A to B, and sometimes that can be a really quick journey. It can be a couple of months, right? Like it's just like building blocks.
I honestly think a takeaway is trusting yourself.
I know that's how I was gonna rephrase it. I'm like, wait, this is a good takeaway.
That is a great sentence.
Yeah. So I think with delayed gratification, a really important takeaway is you need to trust yourself before the evidence actually exists. You need to trust that it's going to work out well and good things are going to happen from the time and the energy you're putting in.
Trusting yourself is something that we weren't really taught.
This is a dumb comparison, but I feel like it's one that makes sense for the topic. Is when I started getting tattoos, I was so excited to get tattoos that I just frankly didn't really care. And I would do flashes, I would do like last minute events, all these things. And Ty was like, I feel like you're rushing into this too much. And I was like, but I want them. And yeah. And then I slowed down for a little bit after I got a few like flash pieces, which I do still love. They're beautiful art. They're well done. I'm happy with them. But the tattoos that I took a minute to think about, make a little bit more personalized and decide I really like are my favorite tattoos on my body.
Yeah.
So that is just proof enough that sit on it, don't rush into it, think about it for 6 months or so, and then be like, I still want this, I'm going to get it.
It also reminds me of sending angry emails or angry texts or angry voice notes. Yeah. You're just so consumed by this idea. You just want to blurt it out, but just sitting on it and rewriting it, getting someone else to read it, having a break, having your thoughts just take a step back, you can usually delete most of it, or you can structure it in a more mature way. And then it comes off so much stronger because there isn't so many harsh words. It's created and tailored specifically to that situation, and the vocabulary is better.
My early 20s, I was brutal for like rage texting, blowing up in person. Like I was just like I would get heated, I would boil over, and I would just fucking snap and lose it. And like you said, take a minute, step back. Now, if I'm angry in the moment, I still feel like I need to get it out. Like I can't just sit on it. So I'll type something into my notes app.
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously no accidental send, nothing like that. I type it into my notes, I leave it, and I come back to it the next day. Sometimes I read it and I'm like, I'm a monster. So it can be that quick to realize, like, step back, breathe, and realize you might regret half the stuff that you're saying in that moment.
My problem too isn't necessarily writing back so quickly, but it's understanding what was sent.
Yeah.
So I'll get a text and I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? And yeah, I'll write back faster, and then I'll send it and then they'll be like, I actually meant this. And then I reread it. I'm like, oh.
Yep. Been there.
Fucking whoops.
Which is like not exactly on the topic of delayed gratification, but
but it is
like a little side branch to it.
Yeah, it's just taking a step back. And a lot of us aren't used to that anymore because it's so instant. So all our reactions are just instant in that moment. reactions. And taking a step back, yeah, it's not insanely delayed, but it goes back to the marshmallow experiment. It's 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, you're going to have a different opinion.
What a good little full circle moment. I loved that. That was so good.
Me too.
You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, you can manage people's expectations in those situations too. If we're still talking about like responding to a text that made you upset, you don't have to have a huge drafted response within minutes. You can say, you know what, I need the night to think about this. I'm going to put my thoughts together and I will message you tomorrow. That is absolutely valid. I think as a society, we need to slow down in so many different aspects of our lives and just breathe for a minute. I think everything is so go, go, go. It goes back to the whole hustle culture. Not again. No, this is happening again.
This is what happens when we record too long, guys. We start to fuck up our sentences. We've been here for
5 hours.
5 hours? No, 4 hours.
4 hours.
But that is 3 hours longer than we usually here for.
It almost goes back to the hustle culture aspect of our lives where everyone is so programmed to be go, go, go on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. But we do need to slow down in order to be able to get gratification in the moment, right? Like if you take a minute to step back and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not exactly where I want to be right now, but I've progressed further in the last 6 months than I have in my entire life. You're able then to get some instant gratification.
Yeah.
Instead of just constantly moving and pushing towards that delayed gratification, also just take a minute and accept the small pieces of success you have. I also feel like a lot of things that I'm working towards now, approaching my 30s, are things that I want my future self to be thankful for and grateful that I did. So I just think about when I'm 60, I want to be able to still have good mobility. I want my cognitive health to be good. So I think I'm in that stage of let's focus on these things, whether it's adding more vitamins and supplements or getting a good like flexibility workout routine set. Things like that where I'm going to be able to still live a happy, healthy life in my 60s, 70s, 80s, still be able to travel, do things with Ty. That is a huge priority for me at this point.
We got some fun listener advice, and I think it is good to hear other people's version of delayed gratification. Hilarious. One of our listeners says, rage bait your spouse and have the discipline they don't. Little toxic, but hilarious because it does go with the take a second to not send that text. Take a sec to think about something smarter to say so your spouse doesn't have something to say back.
Also, anytime you're in a partnership, there's going to be strengths and weaknesses in each person. And part of being in a healthy, happy relationship is strengthening each other and bringing out each other's strengths through your own. So yeah, motivate that person. Ty would not go on hikes if it wasn't for me. But once he's out there, he loves it and he has a good time, you know? So just do your best. Like, I guess the less toxic way to say this is do your best to bring out the best version of your partner.
Yeah. Reading is a small way to practice the skill without feeling like it. I disagree. That's a skill.
Multiple episodes have shown that Ellen fucking hates reading.
I do feel like I need to get into it in order to grow my vocabulary, though. And it's really good for your cognitive health. And other episodes have proven that I need to work out my brain. I need to go to brain camp.
I hate brain camp.
Have you seen The Other Woman?
No.
What? You haven't seen the movie with Cameron Diaz and what's her face and who's it? Okay, well, I know what we're doing.
The problem is now with Cameron Diaz, I can't really watch her at all without thinking about that interview.
Oh. Sorry.
The Philippines. From the Philippines. Have you not seen that? I swear to how are we living entirely different reels?
I
Our
can't
Instagram
believe
is so different.
I can't believe how much this has come up today.
That's crazy.
I haven't seen this.
Oh my God, there's this interview where Cameron Diaz is talking about how she grew up with, I think, the neighbor or some, I don't even know who, but someone was from the Philippines. And then anytime she says anything Filipino, she goes, Filipino, adobo, oh, rice. Oh, it's so cringy. And then that's all I see every time I see Cameron Diaz now.
No, okay.
Oh
I
my
haven't
gosh, I
seen
do
that, but I recommend the other woman.
One thing that kind of circled back to my recommendation about journaling is someone said, write in your journal like you've already been doing it. And it almost like tricks your brain into doing it. So just be like, I'm going to write in my journal again, even if you've never done it. Just like, I'm going to do it. This is what I always do.
Okay, we'll see if you
do
write in
that.
your journal.
Oh, okay, I won't.
Yeah.
But I think you can take that advice into anything. Like, go to a workout like you've been working out for months. Go work on a crochet pattern like you've been crocheting for months. Just go in. Have the audacity of a man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think there was this study. This is maybe a side, but I think it's interesting. But there was this study that said there's a high percentage of men who will apply to jobs that they are not even remotely qualified for, but they'll end up getting it, whereas women will not apply to those jobs because they know they're not qualified. And I'm like, it's little things like that. Evidence of a straight white man.
I agree. Just suck it the fuck up and find something else to fulfill you while you wait for the progress. Ooh.
I loved that one. I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Honestly, suck it the fuck up. Just do it.
Just do it. But I do like, they did have a little side piece of advice that was advice. It was to find something else to fulfill you while you wait for the progress. So having long-term goals and short-term goals. Again, if I'm working away at this, say, but I'm also doing a course that is shorter. So I see the progress in something.
You're getting gratification
somewhere
right now.
Yes.
Even if it's not this.
Yeah.
Love that. That's a great suggestion. So wrapping up on today's episode, I think our biggest takeaway is just because the reward hasn't arrived yet doesn't mean that you're failing. Sometimes the best things in life take a little bit longer than we expected. And while the world constantly pushes towards quick fixes, instant results, and overnight success stories, real growth is usually much, much slower.
Keep showing up, be consistent, keep planting the seeds, and trust yourself.
Yeah, because hopefully one day you'll look back and you'll realize all of that pushing and that progress was worth it for what you've achieved now.
Exactly.
And I mean, really, even if you don't achieve exactly what you set out to do, there's still beauty in the journey and the progress and showing yourself that you can really do something if you set your mind to it.
Once you get to the goal, you really look back on the journey. So in finding parts of it to enjoy will benefit you in the long run. Because once you reach that goal, what do you have other than looking back?
Yeah. So that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Growing Into It.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Growing Into It Pod, rate, review, and share this podcast of the episode if it resonates with you. You can find full video on Spotify and YouTube.
We'll see you guys next time.
Peace out, peaches. Mwah.